All right, so this week's tip of the week is coming from Aspen, Colorado at Elk Run Ranch. I've got my new friend Juanse here. He's a trainer here. You're from Argentina, right?
Yeah, Argentina.
Polo player from Argentina?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. All right, so anyway, we've got a 12-year-old gelding here. His name is Willie, right?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Willie's his mate.
Got it. Okay, so we got Jimmy here. And Jimmy was kind of, I came up here anyway, why I'm here, I came up to bring a horse of mine, Mariposa, 3-year-old that I sold, and we brought her up and getting her introduced to the trail. And while I was here, just had trying to help out with some other horses. And this guy was just maybe losing a little bit of his ground manners, like with kids just wanting to be in your space. And so just gonna give a quick tip on what I might do to kind of review. You know, obviously this horse has been handled a ton, but he just kind of needs those lines reestablished of where he's supposed to be. So we've already worked with him a little bit. Why don't we show first Juanse how, let's just see if we can just get him to move his hip away.
Okay.
So we kind of just basically going back to 2-year-old 101, perfect, and then release right there, good. So you're kind of, when you have a horse that, you know, is having some sort of issues, like wanting to not be, you know, good on the ground, and maybe he was once before, the easiest thing that I do is I just go back to ground zero and just basically redo like they're a 2-year-old. And at some point, whatever it is, that problem that they're having, it'll show up in one of these exercises. Let's move the hip the other way. Typically on these old, good, really good, really good. And you can see here, you know, this is, we've got a little small whip. We don't really have the, you know, our ideal tools or, you know, supposedly of what you're supposed to use. You can really use anything, it doesn't matter. I love the rope halter though. There you go, sack him out a little bit. So already Jimmy's in a much better state of mind than when he first came out. But yeah, we wanted to first get those hips to where they move away. If they don't, we work on that. He went back and sacked him out a little bit after, that was fine. Let's see if we can move the front end a little bit now. Notice he's licking his lips. The big thing we just, just, so turn towards his shoulders a little bit more. Try to make him kind of, make those shoulders move this way. Yeah, a little softer though, a little softer. Let me see real quick. So you don't want to try to make him do it.
Yeah.
You just kind of want to put a ton of pressure on him and make it easier for him to do it than not do it. So I'm just going to go right here, just tap. And then when he moves away, release that pressure. And I'll try again, softer. That's perfect. And for what we're trying to do, this horse had a problem with coming into your space. This is a good enough response for him. He's really trying to be good here. I'm not trying to win a showmanship class or a halter class. We just want to make sure that he's staying out of our space unless we invite it. So that's pretty good. Really, we're trying to see if he gives you some big problems, huh, Juanse? And then let's go the other way. This side he was a little more sticky on. So I'm going to move back towards the short. There. Really good. For today. It's our first day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now he tries to go forward. I'll stop him. Close that door. Good. Why don't you try it one more time? This doesn't have to happen in one day. You want to, you know, so don't, hang on, stop for a second. So when you went to do it, you're pulling that rope and trying to make him.
Yeah.
You want to just go like this, just offer it to him. Just come here like this, soft. Give it, if he wants to leave, let him. But I want to be soft, that's all I need. And then if he tries to go forward, I'll back up. But I don't want to pull him,
Okay.
I don't want to make him. And if he wants to go forward, maybe I can back him up. Back. There. We can even use this fence here too, huh? Back. There. That was pretty good. So he's not doing a spin, he's not moving around, but he is moving away laterally. So that's pretty good. So now let's go ahead and try to lunge him a little bit.
Okay. Lunge.
Yep. So a little bit shorter rope. There you go. And you want to feel him real light in your hand. Good. You don't want to feel any resistance. Good. Now just push towards his hip a little bit. See if his hip moves away. A little push towards his hip with that leg.
With that?
Yeah, your left hand controls the head. Your right hand controls the hip. So you want him going around soft, and then I just want to see you just put a little pressure on the hip and see if it moves away. Okay? Got a little bit of a language barrier here too. Good. Good. Stay out over here though. Good. So what I want you to do is first ask him to move the hip away. Then if he moves away and he's soft, great. What he's gonna do, he's gonna move away and he's gonna run. When he runs, then you pull. But first, let him run first, then do it, okay? He's just anticipating what the horse is gonna do, and so he's wanting to beat him to the punch. But we've got to, in order for the horse to figure it out, there you go. There, good, very good. Good, good. Now go the other way. So stop, move the hip out. Okay, so we want to take a little bit more time. So let me see him real quick. That was good. Whoop. That was good. But what I want to do is, when I'm ready to turn him, I want to make him face up. Oh. I'll even turn my body a little, put the pressure away, make that hip swing around. Oops, sorry, buddy. And then go the other way. And then see how that shoulder moved away? That's what we want. Move the hip. He stayed soft. Now I want to go the other way. Whoa. Now. Little sticky spot there. After a couple of weeks, everything will speed up. And so like I'm watching his ears, he's a little bit mad. So I'm gonna keep working until his ears relax. That makes sense. He's blowing. He really doesn't want to be doing this. And then I'm just playing a little bit with my hand to get him soft, huh? There, good. That's a change there, huh? A little better now, huh? Oh, the next thing we'll do, kind of get him to start hooking onto you to come with, but then also to back away from you. So if I come like this, that means I want to be friends, huh? Talking to you. But if I come like this, hey, back. I want him to move away. Why don't you try lunging one more time? You're doing good, just slow down just a little bit. And you'll get better at it the more you practice. Whoa. Wait, wait. Now turn. Good. Good. Okay, now back away. Back up, back up. Slow, back up. Good. Now forward. Pull a little harder. One time, pull. Good. Good. Now let's see if we can work on that pole, getting him to put his head down. So this would be one other thing, just another, and actually a trainer named Steve Archer showed me this. I think this is, none of this stuff is new. We've all got it from somebody, but this is a great one. after you've done some work, it's like peeling back an onion, right? I wouldn't lead off with this because horses usually don't like it, but after we've kind of done some work on them, mentally he's in a much better place. We go and just get those horses where they drop their head, which it's just a submissive thing for those horses to put their heads down easy like that. And the funny thing about this, it's not about how hard you push them, it's just about being patient. Now what I've got Wansei doing here is also he's preparing his horse if he gets stepped on, if he steps on a rein, or if he's tied down low, that this horse doesn't panic and freak out. It just kind of teaches them where they ought to be. You see him for 1 second? You're doing great. But this is a good one that, like I said, you can just see his eye now, his expression starting to change. And they'll literally get to where you just barely push and they drop that head down willingly. And for whatever reason, this just really, it's so black and white on pressure release. Hey, I put a little pressure here, he's licking his lips. When you drop your head down, I release. It's pretty darn simple for a horse to understand. And if you get one to where they're being this good about, pressure release, submissive type stuff, the problems that he was having before are probably gonna be much better now, right? Like now I think if we take him in the barn and we wanna try to saddle him, right now he's saying, I'm very happy to stand right here.
Yeah.
I don't want any trouble.
Yeah.
But everything that we did was not hard, right?
Yeah.
So does that all make sense to you?
Yes, perfect.
So I think if you just do that just a little bit, you don't need to obsess over this stuff. But if he starts to have a little trouble, bring him in here for a little bit and work him.
Perfect.
And pretty soon you're gonna have no problems. And for sure, if you have a little kid come to ride, they can touch him and the head goes down.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy. So that's a quick little review for you there. If you've got one that's just kind of being a pain on the ground, and I'll be honest with you, as many horses as I train, I've kind of got what's acceptable to me is maybe a little more than others. Now, for sure, if there's anything major, I'm definitely going to address it. But when you just have a small number of horses and you're working around them, not to mention, or if you're just an amateur rider or you're a beginner, you really want to pay attention to little things like this, because these things on the ground, these traits and these patterns, they cross right over when you get on their back. If a horse won't obey simple cues, respect your space while you're on the ground, what makes you think that when you get on their back they're going to do the same thing? And then, right, it's more dangerous, right? You're up here and you can fall down. So little things, again. So I think this is going to help this horse. I can tell you one thing, 100%, it's not going to hurt him. So I hope you enjoyed that tip. If you'd like to see more in-depth instructional video on stuff like this, reining, you name it, go to mattmillsreining.com, click on the training video page, and sign up for the gold medal formula.
Looking to step your game up? Perfect. All you have to do is go to mattmillsreining.com. It's only $24.95 a month, so sign up today, because the key to success is knowing.